for the community. Inspire Radio.
Hi. Just first off, I want to say thank you everybody who is here supporting Inspire Radio and just being here. Like, it's amazing to see so many people. As Tris just said, my story can be pretty triggering to a lot of people, or some people here, so please, if you guys do feel triggered, please don't be shy to talk to anybody, especially Tris. He is a mental health first aider, so go to him, you can speak to him, feel free to. We want to make sure when you leave, you feel safe, calm and collected. So please put yourself first, make sure to be kind to both yourselves and others. All right. So a little bit about my story. Where do I start, man? So a lot of it is around abuse, so both physical, emotional, and sexual. So when I was little, like a wee lad, my mum, she was engaged to this man called Jim, and he was my biological father. He was both emotionally and physically abusive to my mum and me. And 10 years later, Mum finally got the courage to leave him. So like a big round of applause for Mum, because just she's one of the strongest women I know. She's been there for me, and just the amount of stuff she's been through is crazy, man. Later on, she never trusted men for a long time. And then she found this other man called Julian. And this man was amazing. He was now our stepdad, and he was everything we could have asked for. I've never really had a proper dad. I've never really had, a fatherly relationship. I've never really had that connection with a man that could, support me in my childhood and stuff. We've been with him for about 7 years, and the first couple of years they were amazing. They were absolutely amazing. We were a perfect family, the best family you could possibly ask for. I have two little brothers, one Levi, one Tahi, and then I have my mum. So I also have an older sister and an older brother. They live far away, but yeah, just my mum, my two little brothers and I, and my stepdad, just in this little huddle, in this little home, and it's pretty great. So we moved house about twice, first in a rental, and years go on, and there was a lot of sexual abuse happening, and I didn't realize my stepdad groomed me a lot, and I trusted him to the point where I would give everything to him. I never took care of myself. I would try to make him happy in order to make me happy. So I thought if I made others happy, that means I could be happy. So I look to help people, and this is why I'm telling my story, even though it's, triggering. I try to encourage people, and I speak for those who can't speak, because it's not easy. It's really never easy. And I never understood that I was being molested. I never understood that I was being groomed. I didn't know what that was. DCP came into my life and they said, look, your stepdad's not great. And I just got angry at them. I was saying, he's the only one I have. He's the only dad I have. What are you talking about? You're lying to me. You're just trying to rip my family apart like you did with the other one. And so last year, he was getting into court. He was going to go to jail. There was no getting away from that. There was a lot of multiple events of sexual abuse, and I didn't realize it. I was put under his spell, per se. My mum, he always forced my mum to work. My mum worked really early to really late. She loved but hated her job. She was always tired, and we would never tell Mum anything. He emotionally and physically abused my brothers. He treated me like I was everything, and then basically crushed me. So I was built up and then knocked down constantly to the point where I said, I can feel happy if others are happy. I didn't know what happiness was. That sounds really odd. And, of course I would seem happy, and of course I would have, I would be enlightened with joy, but I never really felt true happiness for a long period of time. When I got in trouble by my stepdad, I didn't want to be here anymore. I went deep, pretty hard into self-harm, and I was pretty, suicidal. Then the stepdad was forced away from our home. Then he committed suicide. And when he committed suicide, I didn't feel anything, and I felt really bad because, when people commit suicide, when they take their own lives, it was someone close to me. I was meant to feel something, but I didn't. I just felt relief, and I didn't know why. It's crazy, but then trauma came back, PTSD. I got hit pretty hard with PTSD, and I went to a therapist. She's amazing, and I got help. I was really scared to get help. I didn't want to talk to someone about something that I didn't, trust or didn't know, and it was really hard for me. It's really hard to open up for me, and I still am a people pleaser. I still please people in order to make me happy, but Inspire Radio, I got the opportunity with one of my friends, Megan. She said, hey, do you want to be a co-host on, with me? And I was like, are you sure? I didn't have much self-esteem, self-confidence. I said, why don't you choose someone else? I don't think I'll be good for this, I did drama. Drama was the only thing that was keeping me alive. I felt like I could express my issues through a character, and people wouldn't know what I'm going through, And it's just, there's many things, art, music, and I came here in Inspire Radio. I was so terrified. I felt like I couldn't fit in. My mum has been amazing. She's just everything I could have asked for. She's helped me through so much. She changed my bedroom. She just completely took everything away that was triggering for me. Couches, bedrooms, beds, everything she did for me. But still, there's trauma everywhere. If I go through Fremantle markets, it's traumatic for me, and it's really hard to focus when, focus on yourself when you've been damaged so much and when you've been so used to, helping others to the point where you don't know how to help yourself. And I dropped out of school. I was bullied in school. One of my ex-girlfriends, she spread about my stepdad to everybody, and so everybody came to me asking about sexual abuse, and I dropped out. I couldn't go outside. I was scared of people. I was scared of anyone. I would have panic attacks when the mailman came around. And my dog was the only one that was, soothing. I had cats, but my dog was always like, oh, I'm going to beat that person up, whoever's going to get you, That dog was like, I'm going to get you. Small little wee thing, but she was like, I'm going to beat you up, man. Size can't stop me, And, but then unfortunately she passed away. She had an immune disease, autoimmune disease, and that was pretty hard hitting on me. Again, here at Inspire Radio, I probably should get some Inspire Radio part, but this all links to Inspire Radio. Inspire Radio has helped me so much. I feel like I have a place where I belong. Everyone has issues. Everyone has trauma. Everyone has mental health issues here. And everyone's been through something because that's life. And life hits you with so many challenges, some more than others. And me, I don't like dwelling on the past, but sometimes it's hard to, I'm still afraid of men, but Tris is like a dad to me. he really is the only one that's listened to me, even when, my mum, she found it hard because it was my stepdad's 1-year anniversary of his death, so she was pretty closed up. And Tris is like a dad to me. He's the dad that I've always wished for. He's my best friend, and I feel safe with him. Here at Inspire Radio, I feel safe. I feel like I have a place where I belong. It's family here, and I can just talk about my problems without people saying, shut up, stop talking about it. People have it worse than you, and they don't ask questions, they just listen. And sometimes that's all we need. Inspire Radio, it's a radio station, yeah, but it's such a great way to tackle mental health illnesses, disabilities, and I've never felt so loved and accepted in my life. I can be around men, I can hug men without being scared because of here. I can, be myself. I can be hyper because I am hyper. I can cry because, I cry. And, I can just be myself, be myself. And it feels so good to be myself and not to be judged, because I feel like I've been judged the whole time, my whole life. And even though my mum, she's my biggest, support, sometimes I feel like she doesn't understand because she hasn't been through it. And I don't expect people to understand because my experience is my own experience. And people that have suffered sexual abuse, physical or emotional, or any of ostracized, being ostracized or something, everyone's situation and, experience is unique. But we can all stand together and help each other by just listening. Don't give advice to people that don't ask for advice. If they need help, reach out to them. I know sometimes it can be difficult, but you got to take care of yourself first. And I mean it, because you don't have to rely on other people in order to make yourself feel empowered. Find a place. It could be, a park. I go to a park a lot. It's the only place where I could get away from my stepdad. And, Inspire, I come here a lot. And I live like 45 minutes away from Inspire Radio, but it gets me out of bed. It's quite a long way, and transport's like money, but, it's great. It gets me out of bed, it gets me moving, and I just want to say to everybody, thank you for listening, because, that was a round of applause. Stop. I just put my eyeliner on, man. Stop it. Even though this may be waterproof, I don't trust it. But, no, just before I go, I want to say, life's not easy. And if you need to talk to someone, please reach out to someone. It could be anyone. Reach out to Tris. Reach out to Gabby. To, Rusty, to Dusty, Paige, Adele. Put your hands up, guys. The Inspire Radio shirt. Me, if you want to. Me, the depressing one that made everything just really depressing for one quick sec, and everybody's faces were like, oh, ma'am, And I'm just here like, I'm sorry, I'm not sorry, But no, I just want to say, be yourself, guys. I know it's hard sometimes, to find yourself, but find something that can empower you. Music, art, it can change so many times. I used to do art all the time, but now I'm like, art? What's that? But now I'm just into music, and I've got Inspire Radio. I'm crazy. and I'm depressed. But but just be kind to both yourself and others. Treat people how you would want to be treated. And even though people treat you a certain way, doesn't mean that you have to reflect on how they treat you. There's always a light somewhere, and there's always a path where you can follow. It was so hard for me to follow that path. I was so lost for about a year. I couldn't get out of bed. I said I was scared of the mailman, but nothing else, just the mailman. But and just, I didn't want to be here anymore, but I feel at home here, and I would have never dreamed of talking to people about my issues, about my past, but I want to, inspire people, knee slapper, but I want to inspire people, to encourage them to keep going. It's going to be okay, and if you need to talk to me, I'm here, the depressed one that just made everyone really cry, but, just keep going. I'm going to stop rambling. Bye.
Thanks very much, April. No one can sell a Bunnings hot dog like you can.
It's not a hot dog.
For the community, Inspire Radio.